What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium where I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is a request for Cyberwolf and Patrick, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and the song is called Dark Impetus. Apparently, I got some context that this is the theme to one of the most broken bosses in the series, if not the most broken. So at least I have a little bit of context. That sounds interesting. No idea who composes. I can take a guess, but I don't want to because sometimes I could be wrong. But either way, Kingdom Hearts is always a fun time. Let's just get into it. Dark Impetus. I can tell right now this is the fastest song from Kingdom Hearts I've heard so far. See if I can figure out the tempo right here. Sounds like 200. I'm gonna do this in real time right now. Alright, I'm waiting. I have it ready. Whoa, those electronic synth chords in the back. Alright, here we go. Sounds faster than that. It's pretty fast though. This doesn't even... This is weird. Excuse me. Man. Oh, the background's moving. That's cool. This is unlike any other Kingdom Hearts I've heard. Is that still the same BPM? I'm getting 180 now. I feel like it jumped, but who knows? It's not that accurate anyways, I'm just tapping, so it's... Let's just say 180, 185. Damn, dude. Ooh, piano. Yeah, averaging like 185. It's so weird. We have like the calmness of the violin, and the rhythm is just like... The synth sounds so good. Horns. That violin sounds so good. You can hear the piano in the background, but it's hard. It's really low, but it's back there. It has this big ambiance to it. Dude, I feel like just I'm like obligated to move. That. You can hear it there. Holy moly. Well, I'm kind of glad I got the context that time. I usually never get context. So apparently, you know, one of the hardest, like, I don't know if it's like a super boss or hidden boss, but it's definitely one of the most feared entities, I guess. Off the bat, I've heard Birth by Sleep before, but I don't remember what that sounds like. But I have like a general understanding of what Kingdom Hearts sounds like. I'm gonna be honest. Just from what I've heard, well, kind of. I don't like fully, like 100% think this. It's more like an 80-20. But to me, it didn't even sound like Kingdom Hearts. And what I mean by that is like the like freak energy that it had and just sheer amount of stress behind it. Not to say that other Kingdom Hearts stuff doesn't sound like that. For example, like my favorite song from the series so far is Vector to the Heavens, which I don't remember which version. I think it was KH3. Obviously, that has its own intensity and all that, but I'm talking like the boom, boom, boom. You know, that tempo plus the electronic stuff. Sounds like lasers are going off, and just the sheer amount of symbols that are going on. Like, it's just this huge wall of tension that I've yet to experience so far in Kingdom Hearts. Then again, I've only heard so much, you know, maybe 10 songs or less, something like that. So yes, it does sound like Kingdom Hearts, mainly the violin that kind of gives you that feel, and the piano, but the piano kind of takes a backseat in this one. This one was all violin and the synthesizer, so, and the speed. I can't help but 180 is pretty fast. Like, the reason I was like so focused on that is because, like I said, it's pretty fast in general for a song to be like, that's like heavy, that's like, you know, metal pretty much. But there's even a name for that, which I do not know at the top of my head. In the world of music theory, there is a name for like each group of speeds. If you look at a metronome, and I think they're like in Italian. I could be wrong, but 180. But by the way, the only reason I'm doing that is just because it's not that hard to do. I just literally Googled tap tempo, and it was like the first result. You do that already without you even thinking about it, without even having to know music, anything. If you ever listen to a song and you're like tapping your foot or your finger or something, or a pen, like that's it. That's the tempo. You know, that's beats per minute. You're basically focusing on the snare hit. So 185 is pretty quick. I would say the average, just if I were to go on to like a shot in the dark, I would feel like Kingdom Hearts is usually around the 140, 150-ish. That's a total guess. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is like there's this huge emphasis on speed and pretty much anxiety, right? It totally fits where it goes. Now, if I didn't know that was a boss, I would have guessed it was a boss. I wouldn't have guessed it was maybe the big, you know, annoying one or something. But I definitely would have said something along the lines of, that is an intense moment, and that's surely not some sort of town theme or anything. If anything, you know what it did sound like? If not a boss theme, it sounded like a challenge. I don't know if this game has any sort of challenges, but you know how like some games have like a, you know, story, blah blah blah, and then like maybe like a tournament mode or a challenge mode or a time trial mode, something like that. It sounds like that. Like, say you just run through a certain amount of rings or something like that. It had a very like time is winding down and you're dead type of thing. But yeah, overall, I want to say it doesn't sound like Kingdom Hearts at all, from what I've known. But again, like an 80-20. So it does and it doesn't. It's nice to see that it can go to that extent. I wrote down motif and question mark because I'm not sure if there was any. There's a lot of melodies in Kingdom Hearts. So I don't think I've caught yet a motif that I can recognize. But it seems like this song, just by the principle of it and where it plays, I feel like this has to have some motifs that are in the game somewhere. And the only reason I say that is because this sounds very end game or very, like, maybe even optional. But it definitely has just the, based on where it is, it has to contain something from earlier. That's just my guess, especially knowing Square. And the only other thing I wrote is that it reminds me of Toho. If you've never heard of Toho, there's plenty of videos on this channel. Toho is basically like a bullet hell, crazy, very difficult game, and it's all about speed, speed, speed. But also, the main reason I thought that is because of the kind of dual identity of speed and calm. For example, like this song, the speed comes from the kick drum and the snare, but also the synth, right, kind of firing off. At the same time, we have this very slow and melodic, nice lead violin. So it's kind of conflicting your brain on, this is nice, but I'm also scared to death. And Toho is all about that. So like Toho is like split down the middle all the time of raging fast and, ooh, that's a nice piano melody. So it just kind of reminded me of that. Dark Impetus. Cool name for a song. I love cool song names. That totally fits. Don't know who the boss is or how difficult they are. And let me know what your opinion about that is. Is that a subjective thing, or is this a kind of a unanimous thing where this boss is just insane? And I'm very curious about that stuff because I'm into super bosses and all that. Like I usually try to do them in my playthroughs of whatever games, just to challenge myself. I don't always succeed, but I like the idea of a song attached to that specific moment. So let me know more, and let me know more about Birth by Sleep. Is this kind of like an anomaly in the series? Is it early on, or feels... The reason I'm asking is, like, to me this sounds like there's already been a couple of KH established, and the song is just like an enhanced, like, version of what was already been created. Or it could definitely be like earlier on, but I don't know. But to me it sounds like they found their footing and now they're just like experimenting with it. So Kingdom Hearts is always a fun time. I think it's a series that you can't talk about without mentioning the music. I think it's just kind of, again, unanimous on that. And let me know who the composer is. From what I know, it's Yoko, but from the last couple I've done, it's kind of shared. It's not entirely just her. So cool stuff. Thank you, Cyberwolf. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you to everyone that you see here. Thanks to you for watching. There's still much more Kingdom Hearts to come from all different games. And until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse in the Auditorium. I hope you have a good night. Later.